Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Survivor After Show. I'm your host, Justin Walter. We are here at theStreamtv. We are live, so join in on the conversation. We have my beautiful, talented co-host, Jerri Manthey, live on YouTube. Interact
I'm
with
waiting.
Jerri.
Send me your questions.
Get your questions and comments. And then over here, Ryan Allen Carrillo is on Twitter, so we are interactive here.
Tweet your questions. Why am I not beautiful as well?
The handsome Ryan Allen Carrillo. Because actually, no, you're not. The cruel, mean,
Ryan Allen Carrillo.
evil
Yes.
Ryan Allen Carrillo from last week's April Fool's joke. I have lost a lot of sleep this week because of it.
Listen, I don't know. I'm just trying to entertain people. Everyone at home wanted me to torture you a little bit, and we have just had enough of your attitude. Let's just
Oh, thanks.
No.
Thanks.
Don't make me part of
Thanks.
your
That was a
evil
good joke.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny, but at his expense, of
I
course.
think it was a great April Fool's. I'll give you
was a
that.
good one.
I totally bought it.
I get props.
I got a lot of texts from my friends and people that I
Were they
didn't know even
horrified?
watched the show, and they're like, "We feel so bad for you."
So funny.
So it's like great. But we have a great episode, or a good episode to talk about tonight. There's a lot that went down regarding strategy, gameplay. So we can start off right after last week's Blindside, where Jen played her hidden immunity idol and Kelly went home. We get back and it's all about Rodney. Rodney complaining, Rodney saying Mike screwed it up, Jen saying screw Kelly.
I thought he was going to turn on Mike. I thought for a second, okay, here we go. We're going to mix things up. Boston Rod's going to, be the evil person that we know he has inside of him, and he's going to go after Mike. But it didn't happen.
Another week where it's like blue collar again. We want them to split up and we want them to make moves, and they don't.
Well, it just seems like they just can't get a leader or some sort of like on the same page about anything with there. And Rodney, he's only around just for comedic value at this point.
Yeah.
Well, it's like an ego fight. It's two guys,
Right.
two cocks fighting and fluffing their.
Cocks.
Yeah.
There are children watching.
Come on, that's what they
Jerri.
are. They have cocks too, but they're cocks.
Well, and it's interesting too because last week I made the comment of you don't instill trust by lying to people in the game where Mike said to Will, "Let's have you vote Haley," and then he did. And then we see Rodney going to Will and like kind of covering up the tracks about why they had him vote Haley, but it's still like, Will, what are you doing?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Come on.
Get a little clue for 2 seconds.
Get a clue.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So then the next morning, Rodney, there is a classic, always on Survivor, arguing over food. Rice and salami. Jerri, you are our foodie. Go.
Expert,
No,
go.
it's anytime when everybody's at this point in the game, everybody's starving. They start getting cranky about food and
They're
rationing.
emotional.
Well, it's also about rationing because you see the end of the food that's in front of you, and you know that at some point you're going to run out. So then
Right.
Yeah.
certain people will take the role of trying to ration it properly, and there's always other people who are like, screw this, just eat it, and that every single time will cause a lot of friction.
Do you recommend being that person to ration the food, or is that something you just for sure should stay away from? Like being that person in charge of the
Get
food?
out.
You know
Do
what?
not
Sure
do
not,
it.
right?
Do not do it.
Nowadays, no, just stay out of the fight
Stay out of
altogether
everything.
because
Well, yeah.
here you got to keep the long term in mind.
Yes.
You're only there for 39 days if you're lucky.
Who
You'll get to
cares?
eat when you get home.
Who
So
cares?
just let someone else eat one more extra bite of salami than you
Yeah.
and get over it.
Well, and that's even last season. Remember when Missy and Dale went to head-to-head, and then Baylor got in? Every season, there is a food argument.
Always.
Always.
Yeah.
Right. Stay out of it. All right, so we get to the reward challenge, and the challenge was walking a balance beam, getting puzzle pieces, and making a puzzle, and guess who wins? Joe.
Yes.
Joe is winning 2 in a row, and the challenge, it was Joe versus Mike versus Haley doing the puzzle.
The puzzle.
And the big thing we have to talk about is not necessarily Joe winning, blah, blah, that's boring, but who Joe picked to go on the reward with, to go ziplining and get the pizza reward. He picked Tyler, Will, then he picked Mama C for Carolyn, and then he picked Shireen.
Yeah, and you
All
were
the white collars
you were
and
like,
Will.
yay, you're doing the right thing.
I think he made a good strategic move.
I think so too.
Because he alienated the blue collar who was all after him last week, and then he tried to bring in the white collar. But here's the problem I'm having with Joe. Joe's very likable. He's Malcolm 2.0. Strategically, he's not doing anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Good move on bringing those people. You made a good strategic move, but did he do anything with it?
I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to tell, obviously, because the editing is so
Yeah.
short, but it's also, it's hard to make any sort of big strategic moves. It's still kind of early. I mean, you look at the jury. I mean, everyone's sitting at tribal at the end. It's still 1 million people. Like it's
not even the jury yet.
Right. I'm just saying. I just feel like it's too early for him to make those big moves, and maybe he is. We're just not.
Even not necessarily a big move, but I would hope there would have been conversations we didn't get to see of him talking to Tyler, Carolyn, and obviously Shireen's already on his side, and Will, Tyler, and Carolyn are the ones he needs back in. He needs those numbers. And they're just sitting in an alliance of 5 or 4 with the blue collars.
Well, see, he was too busy getting head to a bottle like Madonna in Truth or Dare. If you watch the episode, you know what I'm talking about.
I have a really good YouTube comment here by Maggie Wing. She says, does Dan really deserve the title of superfan when he can't spell the Survivor motto? Remember in the puzzle, he kept going, I've got it, and he was like nowhere near solving it.
Twice.
For the immunity challenge.
Yeah.
And he claims he's this huge Survivor fan. If you're a real Survivor fan, Dan, maybe you wouldn't alienate every woman you talk to in the game.
Dude, what is going on with that guy? Like, you make that mistake once, but then you're going to make it again and again and again, and you keep alienating people and being mean and insulting to their face.
Well, I mean,
like, what are you doing? That is not how you get jury votes either.
Right. Well,
I mean, if Shireen goes over to the jury, she's not going to vote for Dan if he's sitting in the final 3 because he's a dick.
Well, this is obviously how he is in real life. I mean, this isn't like, if you make a mistake once, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Whatever, but if this is like not even 2 times.
Is Dan single? I'm going to go with Dan is probably single.
I would love to meet his wife if he's married. Let's just say that.
I don't know if I would want to.
Well, there was earlier episodes, that specific conversation that Dan had with Mike about Sierra when they alienated Sierra, and then him approaching Sierra. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like, you're an idiot. Like, that you think women are going to trust you in this game.
Yeah.
And that you keep approaching them with condescending attitudes.
Well, he said to Shireen that he wanted someone to slap her.
Yeah.
And that's blowing up all over the internet right now. Everybody's like, what kind of man says that a woman should get slapped? And then, of course, someone piped in here, if it were the other way around, Sam Lane, thank you for your question. If it were the other way around and Shireen and Dan said Dan needed to be slapped, would anybody be making a fuss?
Care. No, right.
No.
So I don't think it's a big deal, but I know there's certain things you just don't say on TV.
That's not cool,
man. You go into these shows knowing I'm not going to say a few phrases that I might say in private. You know what I mean? Like, someone needs to slap that girl. Slapping women is definitely not one of them. However, everyone needs to just chill. He obviously didn't mean seriously.
Well, so at the reward, obviously the idol was played last week. We knew there would be a clue. It was hysterical how Joe got the clue, though.
You almost said Malcolm, didn't you?
I almost said Malcolm.
Yeah, I know. I keep doing it too.
What's funny is you keep saying he reminds you of these people. He doesn't remind me of them at all, other than his
I think
hair.
it's more just
Malcolm
physically.
talked a lot.
And Malcolm was very aggressive.
Great.
He was strategic, and he played a better game, and he was more interesting.
And he had a really interesting personality.
You made the comment that Joe is boring.
Yeah.
He is
so
a
then there's
boring
that with Malcolm.
character
So
on
then
the
let's
show.
talk about the other comparison, Ozzy. Ozzy was like an amazing player on TV. He was great at challenges. And
he was good at challenges, but first time around he wasn't necessarily that strategic.
Joe's good at challenges.
Yes.
He's good at challenges too.
3 in a row.
But I'm saying, I mean, Ozzy, like the last time when he was
that was
one
his
after one
second
after time.
time
I get that,
around.
but he also just is just like this. He has this
Lovable
mountain
guy.
man personality. You know what I mean?
Well, Joe his personality needs to wake up a little because he's boring me. But he found the idol. It was in Carolyn's pop. I said pop because I'm from the Midwest.
Oh,
Pop.
come on, no.
It's just time
Drink
to go.
your pop.
No, it was in Carolyn's pop, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm really thirsty." Carolyn gave him it, and then he almost swallowed it, but Tyler saw that he had it in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then he chose to share it with Tyler. Good or bad move, sharing the clue with Tyler.
Well, first of all, he's clearly hetero because he couldn't deep throw that piece of paper
At all.
I mean, I don't think he really had a choice to share it with Tyler or not.
Yeah.
I mean, because Tyler saw it.
Right. Well,
but I don't think it was necessarily smart to maybe share the exact clue. Like, maybe he could have said, read it somewhere, hid it, and then told him it was somewhere else. Because
well, the thing is, he should have just like stood up, pretend like you're stretching, like walk away for. No one's gonna think in the bottle. Like that is just why do it in front of everybody?
Yeah, that was
like
dumb.
just get up and move around somewhere.
Just keep the bottle to your side, chill. and then like walk away with the bottle like you're going to take a piss, and then you drink the bottle, and you got the clue to yourself.
Exactly.
100%.
Why, when everyone is this close to each other, this clear bottle like this for like
and then
weird
he's gagging on liquid.
Right.
Which,
God, they teach a deep throating class at the pleasure chest. You probably should take taken that class.
so for future Survivor players, learn how to do that.
Deep
so you
throat,
can
people.
successfully pull off getting the
True
igniter.
story. I went to go get a greeting card for someone there, and I walked in. There was like 80 people in this deep throating class at the pleasure
come
chest. I
on.
swear. It was, they
Oh
were
my
all
God.
teaching. It was ridiculous.
Ryan, I
The
want your
Pleasure
life.
Chest is a sex shop in LA. For those of you that don't know.
I was calling Jerry's house the pleasure chest, to be honest with you.
Oh God.
Continue.
Jerry, do you have a comment from YouTube?
Oh, well, here's actually a really good one. Thank you, Maggie Wing, for sending in so many comments. These are great. This is jumping ahead a little bit,
Yeah.
but there were 11 people left.
Yes.
So does that mean that if the jury is 9 people, it's going to be a final 2?
So if it's 9, because if it's 10, there would be
7.
9 people.
Yeah.
7 in jury, then 2 left.
Now there's 10. So
Right.
three people would be a jury of 7. 2
I get
people
it.
would be a jury of 8.
8.
So we'll
I
see.
can't math.
Wow.
All right, so
Sorry, Maggie.
let's talk about our next topic, immunity challenge.
Okay. What do we?
I want to see Ryan give the 10-second blow by blow of what happened at the immunity challenge. Go, Ryan.
Grab a puzzle piece, make it to a bigger puzzle piece, and solve a puzzle.
There we go.
Yay!
Easy done.
I actually liked the challenge. I thought it
An anchor?
was a little unique.
You
No.
liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. I was into it.
It was.
I can't remember what it was anymore.
Jerry doesn't
No, because they
care.
had to take individual pieces,
Yeah,
and go to the next one. I don't know.
Oh,
I
the
hadn't
sliding
seen,
puzzle,
Right.
yeah.
I thought it was
And
cool.
that's what we were talking about. All of us have done that challenge as kids. Like that is
Yes.
a challenge you do as kids, and we talked about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Dan thought he had it twice and could not spell outwit, outlast, outplay, the 3 staples of Survivor. If you're a super fan, you know how to spell outwit, outlast, outplay.
Well, I think he could spell it. I just think he thought they were lined up properly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because
He's
I
got
don't know.
dyslexia or something, which is not good for mail.
I
I'm
don't
just
think
telling you, he's delivering
is
mail,
why.
and he can't seem to get the numbers and letters
You know
right.
what? I just got what you said during the screening. You're like, that's why all the mail gets delivered to the wrong houses. I
Yes!
was like, what
Yeah.
is she
I
talking
get my
about?
neighbor's mail like all the time. and
Jerry
I'm like,
sometimes
what
says
is
weird
wrong?
things in the back, and I just don't know sometimes.
Because Dan is getting our mail messed up. But one thing I thought was weird before the immunity challenge is I feel like, and I keep saying this while we're watching, there are so many weird interactions with Shireen in the show. She's getting a
lot of airtime.
Tell your opinion.
I
Yeah.
think she is going to be in the finals, and if she pulls off and wins this, we are seeing all of this development as her being bullied in school, her getting bullied
Allegedly.
by Dan, allegedly, her getting bullied by Dan, it's all
Allegedly.
Shireen. It's all Shireen. No, but it's crazy how Shireen is standing out as someone
I
who
also
is
think,
going to be in the finals.
Some people who have like very charming, fun personalities also get a lot of airtime or like their quick remarks, but she's getting it for all the wrong reasons. 'cause I
She's
think
a good character.
Right, she's a character, so that's why
Yeah.
she's getting airtime.
Yeah.
Because there is no way on this planet she is going to win this game. No one is going to vote for her.
I think she'll be in the finals.
Who could she be up against
I
that
don't
like
know.
is maybe if she's up against Dan?
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
God, if that's the final 2,
no.
we're not going to the finale
Well,
this year.
Joe won immunity 3 challenges in a row. The first 3 individual, Joe wins. When he gets beat at immunity, is he gone? Is he a goner right away?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He
I
is
mean-
coming out guns blazing, and it's just, I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
But unless he wins everything till the end,
He didn't
in
even
trouble.
really look for the idol either. I was so disappointed in that. Like, he
No.
just kind of gave up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, people are following me. I better stop looking?
Yeah.
Like, I
Right.
didn't understand that
But
at
don't you
all.
think that if the whole camp is sort of looking at you, you're not gonna? I mean, I understand him not really going to look for it. He already feels like.
I mean, you
he already
need
feels
to
like
find
he's.
it. No, just go find it. Come on. But we're going to take
think
a
you gotta
quick
be
little.
careful.
We're going to take a quick little break. We will be back after we hear a little word from theStream.tv.
From what?
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live,
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone.
Hold on.
Bro.
The more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them, go ahead and turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on thestream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
All right, we are back here at the Survivor After Show on theStream.tv. We have to talk real quick about Mike finding the hidden idol. He stalked.
Can we, before that, sorry, just say, why are we not on the stream.tv commercial? Like,
Oh!
we need to be added in there, producers
That
in
needs
the
to
back.
change.
Like, come on.
Change that.
We're the hottest hosts here.
Because we're newbies.
Yeah.
Still newbies.
Go ahead.
So, Mike, I give him credit for he stalked Tyler and Joe when they shared the clue.
Yeah.
Then he got Tyler to give him the clue. And then he was crying when he found the idol because of how hard it is to survive and how hard it is. He's playing the game. I do like Mike for the fact of he is hardcore.
He really
playing
is.
this game.
Yeah, and he was totally bawling his eyes out. He's clearly feeling the onset of heavy emotions due to lack of sleep and food.
Food and
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
You can't fault someone for having an emotional moment.
No.
on
I,
the
would be
show.
I think I would be crying left and right. on
You
that
cry
show.
every day.
I cry every day.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good questions coming in on YouTube. Thank you, you guys. Here's another one from Brandon Davis. That was one of the best reward picks I've ever seen someone do. Jerry,
Yes.
you were in Joe's position in Heroes and Villains. How important is picking the right people? Very, very important.
It's
I
still
still
a sore
dream about
subject.
that moment to this day.
Damn it.
Had I chosen Sandra and Russell to go with me to go eat a hamburger, Russell and Parvati instead of Sandra and Parvati, Sandra would have probably used her idol to vote Russell off Heroes and
God.
Villains, and all of our fates would have changed.
$1 million hamburger, Jerry. Keep crying. All right.
Drive by a McDonald's
After
without crying.
after the immunity challenge, we get to the strategizing. We have Shireen say the kiss of death, but she actually didn't go home. I'm not concerned. Whenever you say I'm not concerned, you go home. She didn't. That's a red flag to me.
Yeah, totally. She escaped it.
So then we have the girls teaming up. That was we're trying to get the girls to go against Dan, and Sierra was giving interest in it. I think she needs to make a move finally. Come on, Sierra.
Yeah. Yeah, someone actually, it's in here somewhere. Why did she go with the blue collars instead of going with the no collars? I can't figure that one out either, because after what Dan did to her, it was the perfect opportunity to send Dan packing.
And just get those blue collar numbers down a little more, so then you have more power in that alliance.
And Sierra's on the bottom of the blue collar tribe.
She's sitting happy on the bottom. She wants to be in fourth place.
She
It's like,
clearly
are you
doesn't
kidding
want to
me?
win $1 million.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest. Not everyone is going on this game to win.
Yeah, which is, don't go on there if you don't want to win $1 million. Don't go.
Then Shireen actually tried to get Tyler to flip as well, so they could actually get Dan out. And then we get to Tribal, and Haley goes home. And they said hashtag blindside. That was not a blindside.
No. That was a
Misuse of the hashtag blindside.
Right. That was a predictable moment. It was going to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
And that's how it went. It was not a blindside at all.
No. I mean, when we get to the Tribal Council, Shireen versus Haley, that's not Shireen. Shireen and she was talking at Tribal Council, but then you had everybody else. Who was it made the comment? I have the note. Oh, Mike made the comment of pizza versus the whole game. Are you going to go with someone who gives you pizza,
Right.
or are you going to go with someone who's been providing and feeding you the
Has he
entire
been
game?
providing? He's been eating scorpions
Not a
on
word.
his own and shoving ants in his mouth when he's by himself. I haven't seen him providing anything.
Let's also point out that I also brought up Haley during the thing, thinking like she hasn't said much this season. She's lasted long. Maybe I'm the kiss of death.
Yeah. You are the kiss of death. Now, Dan made one comment. Flippers never win. Flippers never win. in Survivor, and then Shireen right away was saying Tony won. He flipped every single week.
He was like a fish out of water, that guy. Yeah.
And then Haley gave a great America, how flippers have changed America. But we need to get to Twitter, Ryan. Let's get some tweets.
Perfect. All right. We have one from Redmond from Survivor, and it says, might as well recap before new Survivor. Here's the season 31 current voting pool, and it has images, if you can check it out, of who is coming back for next season, allegedly.
Okay.
Rumors.
Holy crap.
Let's go through this list.
Let me just say that this is the list of all the girls that most guys want to sleep with and all the dudes that dudes want to hang out with. Who came up with this list?
Well, this is okay. So
it is still a television show.
And cast.
The cast coming up for 31 and 32, it's in question, is going to be voted by fans. 20 girls, 20 guys, top 10 girls and top 10 guys make it. I am shocked at like half of these people on this
I'm
list.
voting for everyone who's on the OG. Greg
cannot-
Bowie, Kelly Wigglesworth. Are you kidding me? I'm so voting for you guys. Jeff Varner, is he on this list?
I'm voting for Stephanie Valencia.
Yes, Jeff Varner.
Stephanie Valencia.
I love her.
Come on.
She's one of my friends.
I think the row with Natalie, Stephanie, Monica, and Michaela is like, who are these people?
Well, Natalie was runner-up. I mean,
but
she's
she was
grown
terrible.
up now, but she's a hot girl. Like, I understand some of the casting stuff.
And Candace's husband, John, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Hello. I love you. I love you guys both so much, but I want to see John again.
I'm going to say my votes are going to Sierra and Tasha and Chaos Cast, and I did like Kelly, who didn't get a shot.
I also
because of her
think that
dad.
Jim on the list is interesting too.
Who's Jim?
Remember Jim? He
No.
was actually really good.
Don't remember him.
Yeah, he was good, but he just went home too early.
I don't remember him.
Jeff really
and
liked
Troy
him.
Zan. Troy Zan's on there. You know I'm going to vote for you, Troy.
All right, we got to move on to the next one.
Yes.
All right, next one is from Survivor B Freak, and it says, please ask Jerri what she thinks about an old school versus new school season. Epic.
I am all about bringing back the old school versus the new school.
Are the old school even still alive?
I swear to God, I'm going to kill you, Ryan. One more old joke, and I am taking you
But I
down.
think
Are they older than you?
this cast, what I think that's interesting about this cast is since fans are voting, I think it's going to be interesting to see how many old school people get in versus new school.
They won't.
They're not going to get in. I feel like it's
Because
going to
the
be
votes
all
are
of the people
right.
from the most recent seasons.
Look at the Twitter followers versus
Yes.
the early versus the people now, because the world has changed.
Well, there was no Twitter.
That's my point.
Yes.
So it's not really a fair way for votes to come in.
I think we should
Just
give a handicap
social media,
to they should get more votes, the old school people, because who remembers T-Bird? I remember and loved her
T-Bird?
from.
We don't need
I
an
liked her from Africa.
AARP coupon to help these other people get in here.
This is horrible.
All right, moving on to the next one is from Swim S Far, and it says, Justin, that April's Fool's joke was evil and diabolical. There may be a bright side. CBS could have seen it and sent you a real offer. Well, let's just be real. CBS isn't watching our show, but thank you for your tweet.
I have to give the follow-up to that.
Go ahead.
I got the call from CBS that, see on this list, there's the hide and seek player,
yeah.
I've been hiding. They're seeking me, and you're gonna see me get voted back in.
Well,
but
actually, I heard they were actually going to give that position to someone who was on Capture on CW.
Oh, really? Sure. But no, CBS did not call me, and I do think that was an evil joke. I agree. We got to see scenes from next week's show. It was just about people falling on their ass. It was Wipeout.
Yeah, it's a Wipeout.
And if that's the highlight of next week, we might just want to skip it.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, people.
Oh my
Did
God.
I say that out loud?
All I gotta say is, let's get some action, people. Change up your alliances. Let's make some
Let's just
moves.
also give a disclaimer, too, for everyone getting crazy. We all love Survivor, otherwise we would not be here with the big Survivor behind my head.
What do you mean?
I could be at happy hour right now.
Why are people
No, because people
questioning
think
that?
we have a negative attitude,
No.
especially me.
No.
We love Survivor,
Oh my
but we're allowed
gosh.
to hate on it. Just think of it as a sports team.
We are
People
not
hate on their
hating.
team. They love their team. It is. It's what it is. It's
if you guys
emotional.
want to understand the hating, the Survivor hating, go to survivorsucks.com and see it in real time, because it is some real hate love. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of fan sites, we also want to thank Survivor Fandom and Survivor Wiki for throwing up our after shows on their sites. We really appreciate you guys getting our show out there. That's all the time we have.
And one more.
for today.
Thanks for throwing up our
It's Reality
show.
Rally this weekend, so
Oh.
I will be on Survivor Oz as a commentator live all weekend, talking to your favorite people. So I'll
What,
let you
in
guys know
Survivor
what's going on.
Rally again?
The reality
Reality
rally.
Rally.
Reality.
Survivor
Temecula.
Rally in Temecula. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but tell people who don't know us, tell you what it is.
Guys, just go to realityrally.com if you want to know more about it. But on Survivor Oz, I'll be commentating the whole weekend.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us here at theStream.tv. This is the Survivor After Show. We will be back. This is episode 8. There's only a couple more left to the end of the season. We've had so much fun. Thank you for all your comments on YouTube. Tweet us, and we will see you guys next week here at the Survivor After Show.
Yay!
Bye. For more of the Survivor After Show, click that button and subscribe to theStream.tv.